Okay, right, let's get comfy.
So, let's be real for a second here. We've all been there. You walk into a room and instantly think, are people judging me? Are they looking at me? What do they think of my outfit? Does my hair look alright? And it's exhausting. And let's not even talk about social media, because that's in a league of its own, isn't it? But here's the neat part. All that stress, all those different thoughts, and all the different worries, it's all up here. It is literally all in our heads. What we, create. Because a lot of the times, it's not even real. People do not think about us anywhere near as much as we think that they do. They just don't. There's just so much stuff going on all the time, everywhere, that people don't have the time to think about others. Then maybe they will momentarily, maybe you walk into a room, they'll spot you, they're like, oh, fair enough. And that's it. They won't even think about you again. I'm not saying that in a bad way. That's just how it is. People just don't care. They don't look, they don't think, they just go about their own thing. You're just a small fraction of that, especially if you don't know those people either. Everybody just has their own thing going on. So why do we let all of this just imaginary stress control so much of our lives and us, and just how we are, how we act, how we behave, how we dress? Why does it have so much impact on us? That's why I believe it is so freeing to just not care, because they probably don't either. So just not giving a fuck is actually just the best way to go about everything. Well, nearly everything. You still need to care about certain things, obviously. Now, this is where, the magic happens, because not caring isn't just some grand philosophy or just like this whole bullshit way of living life. It genuinely is just a habit. The same way caring about what other people think is also a habit. It's something that we just kind of drive into ourselves without sometimes even noticing. Because once you decide to stop caring about what other people think, things really do smooth out. You're doing whatever you're doing, you're just being you, you're minding your own business. So why does it matter what they think? Well, that's it. It doesn't. Because it doesn't particularly matter whether their opinion is good or bad. If you want to continue doing what you're doing, you can. You're free to do so. There's nothing stopping you. Because thinking about the shift of going from, I care to I don't seems difficult, and it seems daunting, and you kind of sit there thinking, well, how can I just not care? How can I just stop caring? How can I not think about what other people think? It's because it's like we mentioned earlier, the cold, hard truth is that people are so busy with their own lives and their own things of whatever they've got going on. They are too busy to think about you, because it's almost like we create this story in our heads where everybody's holding a magnifying glass and staring at you and thinking, oh, this doesn't look right. Oh, that looks stupid. Oh, look what they're doing. They're not. They're all just trying to figure out their own thing, because they probably have an absolute ton of worries. They have a ton of things they constantly think about. They have loads of stuff they need to sort out themselves. Once you start developing this mindset of just not caring, because this won't just happen overnight, obviously not, that's not possible. You're going to just put habits in place, you're going to start thinking less about what other people think, you're just going to do things, you're just going to post and not look at the like count. As you do that, the more you do that, you will just notice this huge weight being lifted off your shoulders, because you're no longer carrying these invisible but ever so heavy burdens. You will generally feel better. You will feel more energized. You will feel more alive, so to speak, because your brain and your thoughts are going to be, zeroed in on something else that actually matters. Not caring almost kind of like opens the gates for you to just be significantly more free than you realize that you could be. You start doing different things. You start trying out different styles. You take risks. You do things that you would have never done before, because you just think, well, so what? I'm going to change my hairstyle. If it looks stupid, well, guess what? You can just cut it. You're going to try and approach more people and score more dates, because, well, why not? You just start being who you are more, and you just do more without that fear of judgment. And trust me, it's very freeing. I really do believe that a significant amount of happiness comes from just accepting that things are just going to be imperfect, accepting that you're just going to make mistakes, accepting you're going to get shot down, accepting that you're shit at a new sport you just started, I really do believe that accepting all of these different things do have a huge impact on your happiness and your overall mental well-being. And just to put it out there, when I mean not caring, I don't mean to just be rude and inconsiderate, just shoulder barging someone as you walk past because you don't care. No, obviously not. But it's just about protecting your peace, protecting that tranquility that you've formed in your brain. If somebody makes a shady comment, so what? Who cares? Just let them have it. In fact, the best response will be to do the same and then one-up it, make it even worse, and then you laugh at it. You know what? That's going to deter him so much because they wanted a reaction, and what you've gave them was an agreement, which just completely diffused the whole situation. You can still be kind and not care. You can still be thoughtful and not care. The only difference is that you're just not carrying everybody's made-up expectations. And an incredible byproduct of just, not caring, or shall we say not caring as much, is that you just automatically attract other people. Friends, partners, whatever. You just attract more people because they look at you and they see the authenticity. They see that you're just being you. And those connections, they're real. Maybe they won't be permanent, maybe they won't last a while, but they're going to be significantly more than if you just pretend to be somebody else. So what are some of the ways you can actually implement literally today that will help you start developing that mindset of just not caring? So I've got 3 quick tips for you that you can implement straight away. Number 1 is to just shift your mindset. When you recognize that you start thinking about what other people are thinking, tell yourself that this does not matter. This does not matter. And that's honestly it. You will be really surprised at how effective it is to just call out your own bullshit, because it creates that pause in your thinking. You kind of then sit there thinking, oh, why am I bothering? Why am I wasting my time? Let's move on, do something different. Honestly, just call yourself out on it. It helps a lot. Number 2 is to focus on what you actually can control. I've actually mentioned this in a few of my videos, is that you cannot control what other people think. You cannot control what other people do. But what you can always control is you, how you think, how you react, what you do. So maybe you're sat there worried about a specific thing. Do something about it. Change it. Call yourself out on it. And make those changes, make those things for you. Not for others, for you. Because we are focusing on what we can control. And number 3 is to take some sort of action. And that action honestly can be anything you want it to be. You want to change your style? Do it. You want to go start dancing? Do it. You want to start making conversation with strangers in the public? Do it. That's the most important thing. Honestly, when you do things, you forget about those other things on the side that you think about, and you focus on things in the moment. And not only are you doing things that are healthy for you, that are good for you, you're developing as a person. So it's just like a complete win-win. Obviously depends on what you're doing, but majority of the time, not thinking about negativity and just doing something is going to be better. And then the longer this goes on, the more you realize how good it feels to just not care. So there you have it. Not caring isn't about being a dickhead. It's about just choosing to care about different things. Instead of caring about what that person's thinking about right now, I'm going to start caring about what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do at the gym? Could be as simple as that, but that's honestly what it is. I hope you found this little video helpful. Obviously, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is something I have to, put a little bit of hours into, put a few weeks into, maybe even months. But like with anything, with a bit of a shift in mindset and some actionable steps, you can get there. And you can just stop caring about what other people think. It's just going to be a little bit of forcing yourself away from these opinions that you've been thinking about and just living authentically and just living the way you want. And honestly, you're going to just see how much of an impact that really does make on everything in your life. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you next week. Bye-bye.